Okay, although we're getting close, I will be walking you through how to add sudo-enabled users onto CentOS. So I'm going to start with sudo add user, and then we want to give them a name. So let's say I'm not even sure which users I have yet. Sudo add user Hank. Oh, Hank already exists, so I'll try that with a different name. Let's go with Jerry. Sudo add user Jerry, and then you can set the password manually, but I believe when you do this command, sudo user mod -a real, this allows people to use the sudo command even if they weren't the first user created or aren't the root user. So I put in Jerry's name. It should, no, it actually just goes ahead and gives it to me. Alright. Well, I'll just add the password this way then. Sudo pass wd Jerry. And give it the password you want. So confirm. Okay, and now it's updated, and that user is added. You can add as many users as you want, and give them this permission so that they're able to own their own files and not have them accessed by other people. Okay, good evening class. Today I'll be demoing SSH, FTP, and HTML, and I'm going to start with SSH. So I use this sudo command to install the service. Shouldn't do anything because I already have it installed. Password. Yeah. So I didn't find anything because I already have it. So I'll check the status. It's enabled and running. Here's a useful command to enable your firewall to have SSHD as a service. It doesn't, for some people it's not automatic, and for some people it doesn't matter, but it's still good to do regardless. It's already enabled. After that, you want to refresh your firewall so that the changes take effect. Right. Now, you want to check your configuration file to make sure certain things are in place, especially both for security and for this assignment. So let me just find that file. It's not here, so I'm going to do a cd and a /. It should be here. Okay. So it should be SSH. Alright, and we'll be going to the SSHD config file. this. I believe that just keeps it static at port 22. You can also put in a custom DNS to put in at the end of basically when you put in the IP to connect to the SSHD protocol, and it's possible that helps with the connection, but it's not necessary. Definitely not necessary. And you just want to uncomment this if it's commented so that it can read the authorized key file and find it. Other than that, you shouldn't need to change anything. Should not need to change anything. Okay. Let's actually check the SSH compile. So we're not really going to be hosting on the virtual machine, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Is there anything else? No, that should be fine. Alright, so I'll exit this area, and then well, let me generate the key first, but basically I'm going to want to generate a pair of keys, one to basically just verify the connection without having to use a password. So you're going to go to PuTTY-Gen. Make sure it's into RSA. You just want to move your mouse around this white area to generate randomness, and that's how the key gets made. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave that in the background for now. Let's find the file where I can put the authorized key. Excuse me. Right, authorized keys are here. So we're going to do sudo nano. We're gonna paste our key in there. Right, so he's already pasted in one continuous line. So you make sure you get all the info in as it is there in one continuous line. So we're good, we have our key. Sorry, let me do that one more time because I actually forgot to show you how to save them. Right, so press save public key. Actually, no, this is the public key. So you're actually just going to save the private key. I already have one set up here. But that will be basically, that will interface with the public key on this device to ensure that the connection is the right one. So to actually establish the connection, we're going to go into regular PuTTY. IP change to 17, and on port 22. I think that should be fine. To make sure that the keys are going to interface properly, you have to go into connection, into SSH, and it's one of these cipher or authentication credentials. Here we go. And under private key for authentication, you just want to browse to wherever you have your private key and make sure it has access to it. But other than that, we should be fine to connect. Key is not cached. Guarantee. I think that's because the IP changed. Yes, so that should be fine. So I'll log in as Leon, which is a different account. Yes, and it even remembers the last login. So now I'm just gonna see what's in the directory. There's a new file there. I believe. Wait, that's the removed directory, sorry. I'll just add in a file. I'll remove full one. See, it's gone now, and then I will create a directory. For new folder, and there it popped up. So for my last trick on SSH, I'm going to shut down the virtual machine. Right, so that's a long one. And that will conclude SSH. Hello class. Going through HTML. So to install HTML, this is the command I use. Nothing should happen because, yes, it's already installed. Okay, the next step would be to enable with this command. But I already have it enabled, so I'm just going to check the status. Yes, it's still running. So fine. To show you how to get to the index file. So I don't believe it's in this directory yet, so I'll have to go to cd/home. Should be here. Yes, okay. cd_var, then www. And then HTML. Now it should be here, so I'll just go ahead and sudo nano index HTML. If it's not there by default, doing this command should create it for you. And here's all the info written out in HTML format. Now you can access it by doing curl. It's just localhost. HTTP right, and it gives you the actual text. Now it should also work. Excuse me. Should also work if I type in the IP here. As you can see, here the connection info is displayed. That's all. Okay, hello again class. Now I'll be going through the setup, configuration, and showing how to display a working FTP server. So I'm going to start with the command to install FTP. So it'll be yum install vs FTP D -y. Oh, I suppose sudo -y. No, I already had it installed, but maybe it had an update. So yeah, the package is already installed. Next, we just want to check the status. Okay, now since it's already enabled, I'm not going to bother writing systemctl start vs FTPD, but if yours isn't, that's what you should write. Now to look at the configuration files and make sure they're set up correctly, let's just see if the menu is here. Okay, it is cd/etc. Then we're going to be looking for something called vsftpd. There should be a file name that. Yes. And here we have the configuration file. So you want to make sure that anonymous is disabled. A lot of these commands, if not all, will be commented off if when you open this for the first time. So for the commands that you want enabled, you want to uncomment them, so remove the hashtag. And so anonymous enable no, that means that you need to have an account with a username and password that's recognized in order to actually use the service. Local enabled, so that, as you can see there, allows you local users to log in, so users from this computer, and it allows them to write, or whoever's connected to write. Mask to enable direct messages, connect from port 20, upload, yes. I believe this connect from port 20 allows that as an alternative, but FTP should be set at port 21 if you check the configuration. This is a banner that will display some text when you actually connect to FTP, so you should see this little display when it pops up. Users, and this is just to make sure that they're not going to use the default user list, which doesn't include the users on the system. And this is because I had some problems logging in at first. Now, if you do this command may help you. It may help the programmer recognize the location of the pound service. So yes, that's also an option. One more file that's good to check, if I just leave this, is another vsftpd file, but in pound.d. So pound.d should also be listed here. Here's vsftpd. And if you have any problem signing in, you may have a different configuration here. The automatic configuration did give me some weird connection issues at first, so if that's an issue for you, I'd suggest mimicking these. Now I'm just gonna show FileZilla. Show the FileZilla connection. One important thing to note is they'll give you some protocol options here, and I've seen a lot of people in class using the SFTP protocol, and that actually is how I got it to work initially. But as the lecturer pointed out, Mr. Andrews, that also allows you to use a bad port and a bad password, and potentially even a user that doesn't exist, because it ends up using the SSH protocol, the same handshake certificate protocol that we used for SSH. So it basically circumvents the secure FTP protocol. That's the default. Okay. Here I have access to the hub. S is the FTP test. You can see it works. I'm able to grab that file and also upload my own. And that concludes my walkthrough for setting up FTP on CentOS.